Hey guys, let's play Heads Up 7 Up.
Yeah,
Great idea.
Good idea.
You ready? You ready?
Let's
3,
go.
2.
Impact was last night. It was the go home show.
King!
The pay-per-view. He's back from cancer again. He's a true cancer survivor at its finest.
Oh my god. It keeps trying to beat me down, but I am, ladies and gentlemen, I am no Jerry Lawler. I did not go down that easy.
The doctors don't need to fix you. Your crown does go down that easy, though. So,
you know what? My crown is now a fucking necklace.
As I said, TakeOver is happening. We'll do the TakeOver review. Pay-per-view is also this weekend, so we'll do that review. There will be some videos up because I'm going to see it live, so expect that. This go-home show was fine for build-up and consistency, but it did nothing to make you want to watch the pay-per-view on Sunday.
Now, you know what? Fuck my crown. I gotta go
You got a
bully
beanie?
Ray. Gotta go bully Ray.
I'm Bully Ray. Do you know who I am?
There we go. Oh shit! Wait. Now I am thug royalty. Can't see a fucking thing.
Boy. So
This is what the creative team in TNA looks like. I explained so
that's
much.
a creative team everywhere.
That
Are you
is-
kidding me?
that
We have
explains
2
so
Puerto
much.
Rican guys in WWE at the moment, and their gimmick is go to Puerto Rico.
Go to Puerto Rico.
I hate everything.
The
about
shining
this.
star of the Caribbean.
Meanwhile, in Ring of Honor, we have a wrestler named Cheeseburger, whose gimmick is that.
What about Grado? Grado is the
Grado.
worst piece of shit ever.
Grato's so terrible.
Grado is what a wrestler shouldn't be.
Okay.
It's not like Eugene where it's like excusable because he's a lovable
He's not.
goof. But no, Grado is something just worse. He is the definition of what you do not want to see on your TV when you think wrestling.
He's on the show though, so we'll get to him later.
Oh boy.
Show opened up with Matt Hardy in his emo phase, and Matt Hardy said that the match with Jeff was not going to happen on Sunday because he killed him.
The one thing I like about this new Matt gimmick with Brother Nero and shit
Brother
is
Nero.
that fucking meme that I've seen of Finding Nemo, and it's literally just Matt Hardy and it's Brother Nero.
says
The logo
Brother
says
Nero.
Brother Nero. I thought that's the best thing to
That's
come
a
out of
legit
this.
T-shirt now. You can actually buy that T-shirt.
That's
So
the best thing to come out of this.
this is given like the most attention to TNA. So of course it's the feud they're gonna build up on. So Matt Hardy said that since Jeff's gone, he's gonna focus on his other task at hand. He calls out Drew Galloway. He says he wants a world title match because without Jeff Hardy, he would never have became world champion, which I guess is true because Jeff Hardy was in the 3-way and Galloway cashed in, whatever. So Galloway said that he'll fight anybody, and the gimmick behind this is that we're only 5 days away from the pay-per-view, and he's putting the title on the line against Matt Hardy.
Oh well.
So whatever.
Who the fuck
I
cares?
like it. It's not that bad of a storyline, I guess. Plus, Drew's a fighting champion, so it makes sense. So
Plus, it's like, I mean, there are many companies that have done this same bullshit. Where it's like, you know who's going to win because it's literally just a week before the pay-per-view. It's like that Punk versus Cena match for WrestleMania 29. You know Cena's going to win because fuck all if WWE doesn't
like
put
these
the biggest
predictable
names.
matches. These type of predictable matches are fine because at least they play in the story somewhat.
Well, at least these type.
Yeah,
Because
that's what I'm
predictable matches in general are like 90% of the time fucking garbage.
But when you're defending the title leading up into the pay-per-view, it gives that pay-per-view a strong build. So, we had a knockouts match. It was Madison Rayne versus Sienna, where the winner would get to
fucking
face Jade at the pay-per-view. Madison Rayne sucks. Sienna is fairly green still. Fairly green. I don't see what's so good about her. She won the match, though, and I'm leaning towards the edge that she's going to become champion on Sunday because she took out Jade. Or no, Jade took out her. And usually they do the opposite of what happens. So if Jade gets over Sienna, then Sienna will get over Jade at the pay-per-view. But this is TNA we're dealing with. Jade's probably going to win. Whatever. So we got... I don't even know what happened next. What happened next? I don't even know. What happened?
You're asking a person who doesn't give a shit about this show.
Oh, never mind. It was Eli Drake's Fact of Life Championship Edition.
Oh goddamn.
And Eli Drake said the champions were the only ones invited to Fact of Life, so Bram was not invited, and I laughed. because he beat Ram last week.
That was kind of funny.
And so he calls out Decay, and this is the one thing I did hate because they're trying to play out the fact that Decay are these psycho killers, and then they come out here willingly to Eli Drake's Fact of Life talk show and talk. Whatever. So Decay says they're going to beat the Bromans on Sunday, and this leads to the Bromans coming out, and the Bromans say they're 3-time champions and that Raquel's going to guide them to championships. And then Eli said that they have the advantage because there's 4 of them and only 3 of the Bromans. But then Grado and Mahabali Shira came out, and then they started talking about the dumb bullshit, and I hate both of them. And then the Tribunal came out, and they beat up Grado and Shira. And Al Snow came out with a whistle, and his new gimmick is that he's Coach Snow.
Kill me.
I like it.
Kill me.
I like it. I don't have that much of a problem with it. You know what?
He's more annoying with that whistle than Titus O'Neil.
I'm glad he's got a whistle, though, because the gimmick is going to be that one day he's going to choke on it. That's going to be the gimmick one day. The gimmick is that one day he's going to get that whistle shoved down his throat.
If they actually do that, I will applaud TNA for once in my life.
Trust me, that's where it's going to go. So Al Snow's blowing this whistle like crazy while all these people are brawling outside. And Eli Drake, being the cocky heel that he is talking about how great his talk show is when everyone's just fighting each other outside. And then Bram comes out of nowhere and just beats the shit out of Eli Drake. So this turns into some multi-man tag match. I don't know how many people were in this tag match. I think it was like a 10-man tag. It was the Tribunal, Eli Drake, and Decay versus the Bromans, Grado Shira. So it was an 8-man. Then who from Decay? Oh no, and Bram. Oh, it was a 10-man. 10-man. Okay. So, yeah, these 10 men fought it out. This was a very cluster-filled match, but it got accomplished. What came out of this match is they combined 3 storylines into one match. That's always a positive. It's a positive because, yes, and here's why. It's a positive because instead of having separate segments with all these people, they can fill more time in for other things on the show that mean more than these 3 sub-feuds. That's why this works out. Because let's face it, Bram, Eli Drake, Bromance, Decay, and Tribunal, Mahabali Shira, Grado, those aren't their main things going into the pay-per-view. You're not going to buy the pay-per-view to see those things, but they're still happening. So they just got that out of the way early so they could devote time to Jeff, Matt, EC3, Mike Bennett, and all the main important feuds going on at Slammiversary.
Well, I mean, the longer times for the people that can actually wrestle, the better.
Exactly. His match did go on for a while. It went on for like 8 minutes, I think. So I know Eli Drake's team won because Eli Drake pinned Grado. Thank God. I got scared for a moment that Grado was gonna pin Eli Drake again.
Oh, I swear, if that would have happened, I even told you this. If that would have happened, I would have given up on TNA forever.
It's a good thing
that's when I would have walked out the door.
A good thing though that they make the champions look strong instead. So Eli Drake, Decay, and the Tribunal won, and I don't think anything happened after the match, so we're just gonna move on to the next segment. In the next segment, I think was the mixed tag match, correct?
Yeah, it was mixed tag match.
It was Mike Bennett and Maria versus Gail Kim and EC3, and Maria said that she wasn't gonna wrestle until Sunday, and she was gonna make Allie wrestle instead. And Allie was taken aback by this.
This was so fucking. Go ahead.
Allie, I think
and praise this because this is fucking.
I don't want to praise it that much. I will say, Allie plays an annoying ass character really good because I'm fucking annoyed by her so much.
It's so good that you just wanna.
It's so good, but it's so bad.
Like, where's a sturdy fucking rope when you need one? So
it was funny because she's screaming about the fact that she's wrestling, and EC3's looking at her, and he just goes, "Stop! Stop! Stop!" So, I'm glad. It's also funny because all these fucking smarks who say Cherry Bomb's the best wrestler, and now she's playing this dumbass character. So that's great.
You know what's the fucking worst thing about this? It's the fact that when this match was on, and when Allie actually came into the ring and started screaming like fucking Minnie Mouse or some shit, I just came back from the kitchen getting some fucking food because I was just like, oh, look, a shit match. I'm going to go grab some grub. And you know, when I come back, all I hear is fucking Minnie Mouse screaming her goddamn lungs out. And so when I hear this shit, I just look at my TV in such big concern because I just thought that my TV's audio speakers just broke the fuck up.
You know, I wonder how they came to the point where they realized she had that good of a scream. I wonder what happened to make them like, no, like, wow, Allie, you're a really good screamer. Go out there and be annoying for us.
I don't know, maybe like TNA does what it normally does and be like, hey, Allie, can you scream like a little bitch? Yeah, go ahead and we trust you on this. Let's go.
Maybe they told her that she wasn't going to be employed and she gave that scream. And that's how they decided.
Maybe that was just pent-up aggression in the ring, disguising itself as being a bad wrestler.
She was like, I could have gone to NXT for this bullshit. So EC3 and Gail Kim won. I'm almost positive they won. If they didn't win, there's a problem. The one thing I didn't point out is they showed the EC3 Mike Bennett weigh-in during this. And it was legit a weigh-in.
Just legitimate.
It was
real ass.
You know when they say weigh-in, it's usually like they're talking about the specs of each competitor and like the fight between each other. No, this is a weigh-in where they got a scale and they weighed each other's weights.
I didn't see that part.
Kenneth, oh my god. It was... The only thing funny about it was that EC3, they like weighed him in and they said his weight and then he just flicked everyone off. That was the only funny thing about it. And then they had EC3 push Mike Bennett and they tried getting into a fight and they separated them. And that was it. It was a weigh-in.
What company does a literal weigh-in like that?
I thought, like, I'm letting you know this right now. People pay $80 for this. Because this is a part of the VIP thing. You only got to go to this if you were a VIP person. And so you got to pay $80 for this.
So you paid for fucking
and it said
VIP seats. It's to not only be like in a special row of the fucking show, but also see this shit just to see these men and stand up on a weight scale and be like, oh fuck, I'm fat.
They also
and then
flexed.
just give them the finger at you.
They also flexed during this segment. Yes, that's what they pay. It said Slammiversary weigh-in on the listing, and people thought, oh, so they're going to go over why this match is important. No, it was legit. They brought in the scale and weighed people. That's TNA. That's what they do. God. Why the fuck do we do this shit?
This company.
So, Braxton Sutter. Let's talk about Braxton Sutter for a moment.
Braxton Sutter looks like a legitimate wrestler.
I like him.
He looks like a legitimate beat.
I don't know how I feel about his character, because his character is... That's no BS. Get it? Because his name is Braxton Sutter and his initial BS. I guess it's fine for whatever it is. I don't know who he fought.
I don't know either. I just saw the segment where he was acting like fucking John Cena, being like, "I'm happy to be here." That's no BS.
And Pope was like, "Pope, Daddy, that guy's got an in-ring debut too." And
Daddy.
Nobody said his name, and I was like, "Okay, that's nice." Braxton Sutter won. I'm impressed by him. I hope they used him. He said that he wasn't gonna miss out on Slammiversary, so maybe he'll have another match there.
Maybe.
Maybe
he'll just have another squash match.
Or maybe he's going to interfere in one of the main matches and get involved in the storyline right away. But
please do the X Division.
Yeah, I hope so.
I'm so sick of seeing the fucking Helms Dynasty.
Trevor Lee defended the X Division Championship against Eddie Edwards.
Eddie Edwards, yes.
That's who it was. And this match was actually pretty good for what it was. Wasn't that bad of an X Division match.
Oh no, it wasn't bad at all. It was actually a decent match. You see, the only decent wrestling that you really get on this show is the X Division and the main guys on the top. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's really all you get.
So Trevor Lee
successfully
defended the title when Andrew Everett came out and he kicked Eddie Edwards on the rope when the referee wasn't looking, and that was supposed to be the ending, but Eddie Edwards kicked out. And so when the referee turned his back again, Eddie Edwards was going for this clothesline running move, and he ran to the ropes, and Gregory Shane Helms was there with the belt, and he hit him with the belt. Oh no! Eddie Edwards went for his finisher, and then he leaned against the rope and hit him with the belt or whatever.
That's right.
And then Trevor Lee rolled him up and retained the championship. And I was like, good. That was a good match. Good defense for Trevor Lee. And then later on in the show, they announced the stupidity.
No, you want to know what the fuck was hilarious about this match, though?
What's up?
It's the fact that DJZ tried to get involved, and he got knocked the fuck out. He got laid out. Yeah, like this dude, you see, I don't know who got out of the ring. I don't know who rolled out of the ring.
Oh, did he come out to stop Andrew Everett?
I think so, yeah. He got,
I missed that part.
Someone was outside the ring and DJZ comes the fuck out like, yo, nigga! And then, like, then he misses and then he gets knocked the fuck out.
Oh, well, whatever. The dumb part about this is that the match at the pay-per-view is going to be DJZ, Eddie Edwards, Trevor Lee, and Andrew Everett. In a 4-way for the title.
Let DJZ have his Zack Ryder moment, please.
Let it sink in for a moment. It's a 4-way for the title at the pay-per-view. Do you realize 2 weeks ago on the show, they did the same 4-way with the Ultimate X stipulation? Okay.
This is TNA. Do you think they have like any more people on the X division?
Honestly,
I think that is the reason why they should have Braxton Sutter actually interfere.
Okay, but here's my thing. I don't care how small of an X division you have. First of all, the first problem is that why is the Ultimate X match not on the pay-per-view? Why did you do the Ultimate X on Impact and then do a regular 4-way on the pay-per-view? My second problem is there's so many X division talent back there that's unused. Tigre Uno, Mandrews, Rockstar Spud. You want to use the same 4 guys? I know they're in a feud with each other, but why is Andrew Everett in this match? Andrew Everett is working with Trevor Lee. So why is it that he's getting a shot at the championship in a 4-way?
TNA.
So, whatever. I don't care. I'm going to guess they're going to change that title on Sunday, because if they're doing this match again, they must be doing it again for a reason. What I'm hoping happens is that Eddie Edwards wins the championship, and he goes on to challenge for the world title at Destination X, because they do that every year. And, like, Davey comes back, and he sees this as, like, signs of jealousy, and they do the Wolves feud. I would find that pretty cool.
Yeah, I would. I've wanted a Wolves feud for so long. I wanted something like that. I feel like they can pull it off and make a really good match.
I don't see Trevor Lee fighting Drew Galloway for the championship. I really don't. I don't see that match happening. So, main event was, Lashley, I'm tripping. Matt Hardy and Drew Galloway for the World Heavyweight Championship. Before this match, Lashley was, like, pissed off because... He wasn't pissed off, I would say, but he was, like, rooting for Drew Galloway because he was getting the championship match on Sunday and he didn't want to fight Matt Hardy. He wanted to fight Drew Galloway. So, because of this, during this world title main event, Lashley came out and started beating up Drew Galloway for the DQ. Which, it makes sense, I guess, because Lashley doesn't want to face Matt Hardy at the pay-per-view. He wants to face Drew Galloway.
It makes sense, but, you know, that's kind of...
I actually, you know what? I prefer it because it's better than having one of these guys go over the other heading into the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It's better. So, then Matt Hardy was walking around. I actually kind of like this ending a bit, I'm not going to lie. And the lights went out. And when the lights came back on, all the people in the front row had a Willow mask on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So, Matt Hardy was looking around, and he was like, what the fuck is happening? And so, throughout the whole night, they were playing Willow, like, vignettes, like, of him, like, returning. And so, on the video screen, Willow came up, and there was 4 Willows outside, and one of them was apparently naked.
The fuck?
I'm not questioning it. So, Willow was on the screen, and he said that Matt Hardy, like, basically awoke the devil inside of Jeff Hardy, and that at Slammiversary on Sunday, he was going to have to deal with the new hell-bent Jeff Hardy. And this is okay, because it's not Jeff Hardy going into Willow. Thank God. It's Jeff Hardy getting, like, his dark side of Willow into his own Jeff Hardy character. So now at Slammiversary on Sunday, his goal is to end Matt Hardy. Or at least try to save him from the emo character he's become.
It's just...
So it works.
I don't know. I don't like the way that they necessarily approach this type of thing. If you want Jeff Hardy to be serious about this, then why don't you just have some sort of segment of him being in the mask or in the Willow costume and him just tearing it off, being like, I'm not going to be Willow, but I'm going to beat the fuck out of you like I am Willow.
But you see, he came out with, like, the hood on, like the Willow hood thing, and, like, he had the white armbands and with the black, and it's supposed to symbolize that a part of Willow's with him. It's Willow's way.
But that's even sillier than what I just fucking did.
And I don't... I think what it is I think they do want to use Willow for this pay-per-view, but I think they know that Jeff Hardy's the main star power. I think if they said Willow, people would be like, who is that? But if they say Jeff Hardy, then they'll know. So that's why they're keeping him on this pay-per-view.
I mean, still, I would think that people would look at this and be like, it's a TNA pay-per-view? Ew, no.
Yeah, well, of course. So yeah, pay-per-view is on Sunday. It legit actually looks pretty good from the card that I'm looking at. Doesn't look like it's going to be like a throwaway pay-per-view. They built up all the matches, thank God. Thank Jesus. For once. Live Impact's next week. They're going to announce the next Hall of Famer next week. On Live Impact.
That TNA Hall of Fame means jack shit.
I'm really leaning towards it's going to be James Storm.
Probably.
I'm almost positive.
Pretty sure they just want to suck James Storm's dick and keep him in TNA even though he was on NXT. What the
So
fuck?
sorry about your damn luck.